What's up, weirdos? This is Denny.
This is James from TeaDB, bringing episode number 276. So, this is a tea from Crimson Lotus Tea. They were just kind enough to send us a couple samples straight from Yunnan. They're based out here in Seattle, but they are currently in China as of the filming of this. And look at those leaves.
Huge. Just humongous.
Yeah. So this is a Guoyoulin production. I'm probably saying it wrong. It's from Yiwu area. And I don't think they've historically made very many teas from there, Glen Lamu.
Oh.
So it'll be interesting to try this tea.
Yeah.
It's a really well-esteemed area to get the stuff, and the leaves look very
They look
nice.
impeccable. I mean, and they look young still. Interestingly enough, they have this sort of white bud appearance in a lot of them. Look extremely long.
Yep.
Excited to try this.
Yeah.
Just a beautiful presentation from the get-go. It's funny because I think when people think tea, they would never think that what you're about to make is tea. It looks like a big pile of leaves.
Yeah.
Which, guess what, guys? That is what tea is.
Yeah. It's the green goddess. No.
So
I think this might be the first 2018 Pu'erh I'm trying, actually. So.
Cool.
And probably same for you.
I guess thinking about it.
I haven't even thought about that.
Realistically, yeah.
So give this a quick rinse.
Definitely.
And we're definitely going to give this a smell.
Mm-hmm. And the leaves really compact immediately.
Then it's the smell of fresh young Pu'erh.
Yeah, it should smell nice and ass-kicking. Yes, it does. It smells like a mushroom fire bed.
Yeah. And you all can see how kind of like it was overflowing with those leaves there,
right.
But you get some water on it. And
right.
It simmers down.
Yeah. And so when drinking a young raw Pu'erh like this, James, some of these are really meant to be drank first thing. But that's atypical, obviously. I mean, a lot of these are like wine, rather. There are some wines that are meant to be drank quite quickly after bottling. Of course, I don't remember the lingo, but so some raw Pu'erhs are meant to be enjoyed quickly, and they can have a soft palate and just be really wonderful. The core is nice and light still. But this smells to me not quite like that, but we'll see.
Yeah. Let's give it a shot. Brewing very clear, obviously.
Yeah. And here we go. Cheers.
Cheers.
Tastes green for sure, but it's not abrasive. It's got lingering sweetness. It doesn't actually have much of the peatiness that I was really smelling in terms of the aroma. It has a surprising amount of sweetness and a little bit of bite at the end of it, which is I would expect from a tea like this.
Yep.
Let me get in there and smell it too. And so far so good. This is the first steeping is light.
Yes, yeah, still pretty light. And I think this will build a little bit. I'm erring towards the side of not overdoing it.
Yeah,
so.
And look at all the dump a little bit of that water into there, and look at all the diversity of leaves. Some amount of stems, but it's not a bad thing necessarily. Some of these leaves are just really green still. Has a really, just this kind of a...
It tastes fresh.
Yeah, smoky,
definitely
peaty,
tastes fresh.
Young smell to it. Yeah. Definitely potent. We kind of timed this to be the last tea of the session.
Yep.
So obvious reasons.
Yeah, we did talk a little bit about determining tea order in order to impress your tea friends. Right. This is sort of our dating advice for you guys. A tea like this, definitely one to conclude on amongst your tea nerd friends.
And potential suitors.
Yeah, absolutely, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next episode, tea clubbing advice.
Oh, wow. All
Cheers,
right.
guys.
Cheers.
Yeah, and the reason we would do this last is because we'd expect it to be stronger than the oolong and the black tea we had on, and it'd be difficult to taste those teas after having something especially strong.
Totally. But with that being said, this has a really wonderful sweetness to it. It's got all that peatiness. It's got all that young tenacity of a young raw pu'erh, but what?
Nothing. No. I actually got nothing.
I was about to be made fun of, which is typical. So it really does have a lot of those young raw pu'erh flavors, but it's still light, still totally approachable.
Yeah.
I think that this category is just tough for anyone who's doesn't know what they're getting themselves into. So kind of hard to say this is going to pass the mom test. Some raw pu'erhs that we've had that are young can.
The smell passes the mom test, that's for sure. But this is definitely not the most abrasive. There's a bit of tannin sort of in the middle, but the aftertaste comes pretty fast.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. It's full bodied. The liqueur itself is quite clear, but it's really presenting itself strong, which is important. It does have a nice little biting finish to it, which one would be accustomed to. It means it's working. So yeah, and the stuff will help you lose tons of weight. Check out our important episode on the health benefits of tea. That'll really help.
Yeah. Definitely check that out.
Let's keep on going. All right, cheers.
Cheers.
Getting stronger. Still has a nice sweetness to it, though. Really, and you kind of can expect those to die off a little bit, and a little bit more of the earthiness of these teas at this point. I guess in the third steeping, and we're drinking right here.
Right, and I'm pushing it just a little bit more on these third and fourth. Reboiled the water, let it hang out for just a second or two. Just see if we can get a little bit fuller brew.
And we're seeing that reflected in the yellower hue.
Yeah,
so
this debatably does okay-ish on the mom test, but it definitely does poorly on the mom forget about the thing while it's brewing test, as do most all pu'erhs.
Oh my gosh, yeah. This would be an ass kicker if you overbrewed this.
Yeah,
so.
You'd want equal parts tea and equal parts milk and sugar. Like literally.
I couldn't even imagine a raw pu'erh with milk and sugar.
Yeah, it'd be disgusting, so
yeah. These really are the sort of, I don't know. These are those kind of connoisseurs teas. They're a little bit weird. They're a little bit different, but they're so good. It's kind of like why people get really deep into like weird whiskeys and cigars and stuff. I don't know. Maybe they just have drinking problems like we do, but
yeah, better to have a tea drinking problem.
Exactly.
But worst can happen is kidney stones.
Yeah, right. Yeah, live an extra year longer maybe.
Yeah.
Skeptical. But this is great. This is, I think, as James continues to say, surprisingly approachable for what it is.
Yeah. Really nice aroma coming off of it now, floral. And eventually we often don't get to that level on some of our sessions on camera, but once you actually brew this out, we're kind of at maximum potential strength right now.
Yeah.
But once you get past that to like 8 or 9, a lot of these teas can really soften up and become very, very palatable to drink.
Totally.
So first couple might be more friendly, and then later on it could be more friendly too.
Yeah.
But for those that want real power, these like 3 through 5, I'd say, are really the big ones.
Yeah, absolutely. And so for you folks who maybe use a little bit too much leaf, or you might just be finding the tea already too abrasive, what you can try to do is just step away from the kettle for a while and then use some cooler water or flash steep as much as you can. Or you can just suck it up and be a badass and just drink the stuff. Yo. Yeah. This is going to be used later in court to like prove my innocence. We're like, Daddy is not a badass. Look at this.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Yeah. This is great. I think this is exceeding expectations. I mean, these young pu'erhs can be just intense, and they kind of just don't graduate from that. This is dynamic, and they're
right.
high notes, and
Yeah.
It's good.
And there's really nice sort of like, I like to call it like back of the mouth, sort of top of the throat sweetness that really lingers on some of these Yiwu teas, and I'm getting that here. Let's just do one more, and we'll call it
For sure, yeah. This is a wonderful tea. We've been fortunate to be able to have Glen Lamu on the show a couple times, and on In Between the So it's quite a bit.
Yeah.
Glen at least. And so check those dudes out. They've been going to China, I think, for, I don't know, a bunch of years at this point.
Yeah, we actually had them on before they went to China.
Ever?
Yeah.
No way.
Well, I mean, then before China for tea.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Crazy.
So.
Yeah, I definitely remember meeting Glenn when he was just graduating into like the tea frenzy from his coffee craziness. So, a righteous change.
Yeah, you guys.
Damn those coffee lovers. Damn them.
Yeah, you guys can literally check out those episodes, by the way.
Yeah, indeed.
In the archives.
In the archives.
The deep archives.
Lordy. Oh, jeez. Oh, heck. All right, let's keep on going. So, steeping number
5.
5, yeah.
And this is a tea that we'd expect to go on for a bit.
100%.
Probably get at least 10. Probably more like 12 to 14 out of this.
Yeah, and at that point, you're steeping for a while and reboiling your water, but whatever.
Right.
Cheers.
Yeah, and there might be a fair amount of tannins, and this tea, I think, is pretty bitter.
Yeah.
But I think an important thing to focus on for those trying to evaluate Pu'erh is to pay attention to the aftertaste and the taste that linger in your throat, in your mouth.
Right.
I think this tea, especially, most of the aftertaste is entirely sweet.
Yeah.
That sort of lingers around.
Right.
And, you may not like that initial taste, but you can at least sort of enjoy some of the after effects of tea.
Definitely, and there's some patience involved too, where these Pu'erhs do lose a little bit of their intensity, and some of those high notes can be developed more as a result. Some of these Yiwu teas, or Yiwu-like teas rather, will lose a little bit of that sweetness and freshness flavors too. So it's a fine balance, and the best thing is to probably just get a ton of it and drink it regularly if you want to. But this tea is great today, and which is a treat. Kind of uncommon to be able to drink something that's been produced so quickly.
Yeah. On the scale of sort of like drinkability for something so young, do you place this pretty highly?
Yeah, because it's enjoyable and it's not some of those teas you hit the third steeping and it's just like I just can't finish this. Sorry.
Yeah.
And it's nothing wrong with the tea. It just needs a lot more time. Those are the teas that age really well sometimes. And so
cut to vomiting.
Sometimes,
yeah.
Sometimes, man, these teas are just strong, especially on an empty stomach. So this tea to me presents as a tea that can be drank and enjoyed today.
Yeah,
could probably benefit from 3 or 4 years of age. I'm not sure if this would be a great tea in 20 years. It might be.
Maybe. It's not the most bitter tea, so it kind of depends on what you're doing. It has a very nice aftertaste and stuff like that.
Yeah, totally enjoyable. Shout out to Crimson Lotus Teas. Check those folks out.
Yeah, Glen Lamu.
They're great people too, so we like them. I think their website is just crimsonlotusteas.com.
Yeah, the easiest way these days is to use the Google, kids.
Give it a Google.
Yeah.
Just use them thumbs and just put it into the Google.
Don't fall for the fake news, Crimson Lotus Tea.
Yeah,
and the dark tea web.
God. Oh. Shout out to every person who's watched this far.
Yeah.
For, I don't know how you do it. We don't know how we even get through these.
Yeah, you're a weirdo.
Yeah, you're weird.
What's wrong with you?
Check Crimson Lotus Teas out, of course. And for James, for folks who want to learn more about tea in general.
Yeah. Check us out at TeaDB.org. We have articles, a huge backlog of episodes, probably 400, 500 at this point. So really a lot of videos if you're into the videos. And hit that subscribe button where you'll get updates of when we're releasing content.
Totally.
And thank you to Crimson Lotus for sending us this. We have a couple more teas, but raw Pu'erh is strong, so we try not to do it every episode.
So maybe you'll see it in 3 episodes. We'll see.
Yeah, that's probably likely. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, until next time, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys soon.
Cheers.
Cheers.